The Chicago Bulls take a tough loss to the Boston Celtics, 122-100. We're going to be looking at the key takeaways from tonight's loss. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today we are looking at this most recent loss for the Chicago Bulls as they get beat by 22. And I think really the key takeaway out of this game is just that the Chicago Bulls really could not stop turning the basketball over. That is something that has been constant for the Chicago Bulls all season. Tonight they had 15 turnovers. It cost them. It got Boston to 27 points off of those turnovers, so a plus 27 for them. And just really when you look at the Chicago Bulls and the way that they played tonight, just did not really play to one of their main strengths, which is getting the basketball down into Vooch. We knew that Zach LaVine was going to be out. He's going to be out for a couple more games. And so we'll go ahead and jump into the box score and look at some of the key takeaways from this game. And so starting with the starters here, again, not too much to like about this game, but, we'll start with Ayo. And so I think that Ayo initially, he was getting downhill. He had a very nice highlight dunk in this game as well off the break, but 12 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He was negative 23 in the plus-minus box score. Josh Giddey, I liked Josh Giddey initially, the way that he started this basketball game. I thought that he was aggressive, really tried to set the tone for us. But, again, we just couldn't put it together. He had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists in this. He was negative 15 with Zoe. And so Zoe knocked down some shots initially. Then it kind of went cold. He had 9 points. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Negative 8 in the plus-minus box score. You can tell he was definitely frustrated by some of the things that we were doing out there. I think he had a nice pass into Jalen Smith. He didn't elect to go up with the shot where he was close to the basket. He kicked it out, and so I think the frustration was there. And then when you look at Vooch and the way that he played, look, he only got 9 shots in this game, and that is just that's not good, all right, because I think that Vooch had a clear size advantage in this game, with the Celtics. In fact, they kept switching at the top of the key, and there was just 3 or 4 possessions in a row where they just did not get the basketball to Vooch. And so frustrating to see that yet again. He only had 6 points in this one. He did have 11 rebounds. He had 2 assists, 2 blocks. He was negative 13 in the plus-minus box score. Coby White did return back to the game. Initially, it did not start off well for him. He did knock down some shots as this game went along. He finished at negative 15. He had 16 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. I think for him, just kind of getting into rhythm. But, just overall for the starters, I mean, it just, like I said, it just did not flow today. We did not have Zach LaVine. Very disappointing that we did not go to our big man. I think that certainly would have helped us, but inexcusable with the turnovers tonight. And so as we go to the MVP, I think, of the night, or the MVPs of the night, I should start with Buzelis. I think that Buzelis played very well off of the bench, in my opinion. He came in, he was cutting well. He found the basket that way. He also knocked down some three-point shots, and he played 20 minutes in this game. And so he had 12 points, he had 4 rebounds. He also had a block shot, which I think he almost... Honestly, I mean, they gave it to Jalen Smith, but I think he should have gotten the block. But still, he was active there defensively, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and actually played 22 minutes. And so that was good to see, even though he was negative 10 in today's game. And so next up, I've got to give him credit, and it's Patrick Williams. I think that Patrick Williams played well off of the bench. I got to see some more of it. But tonight, look, he had 16 points. He had 7 rebounds, 4 assists. In this game, he was negative 4, 6 of 11 from the field. And I think that Patrick Williams did a good job as far as really being aggressive on the offensive end. I thought that he did a great job doing that. I thought he did a good job as far as his activity and cutting. And you can just tell that Billy Donovan is making really an effort to really run some stuff for Patrick Williams in the second unit. And so far, he's looked a lot more comfortable here. He played 30 minutes in this game too. And so I think that those two were probably our best players really in this entire game. With Jalen Smith, I liked his activity defensively. I mean, he had a highlight block shot. Just talked about there was one play with him and Modest where he actually got the block shot, but he had 3 block shots on the day. He had 9 points, and he also had 11 rebounds as well. And so even though it's a -9, I still think that he had a really good performance in today's game. You had Dalen Terry. I thought that he did a terrific job as far as assisting the basketball. I think he did a good job as far as getting into some pockets into the defense. In fact, one of his assists was for a corner 3-point ball for Modest Buzelis. So I think he did a good job as far as that. Then you had Julian Phillips. He had 5 points. He was +2 in the plus-minus box score. Didn't really get anything from THT. And then Javon Carter, he hit 3 points late in this game pretty much when it was all said and done. But the Celtics, look, they went out and they did, generally what you would expect the Celtics to do and what an elite team would do. They really took it to the Chicago Bulls early. I think that they were up. Initially, they were knocking down some 3-point shots with Porzingis and Jason Tatum hitting into the quarter shots and things like that. And so, look, it was never really in doubt, I think, for the Celtics. But the Bulls, they could have played a lot better. I think just, again, with the effort level, some of the detail to the game, it just wasn't there for the Chicago Bulls. And so when we look into the team box score and look at some of the key takeaways here, the Bulls actually out-rebounded the Celtics 47-45 in this one. Talked about the turnovers at the start of this video, 15-9, but they gave up 27 points off of those turnovers. And so, again, the Bulls just kind of really beat themselves in this one. 19-14, the Celtics were in the fast breaks or fast break points as far as winning that category. And then when it came down to points in the paint, the Bulls 40-38. Think they could have gotten more points in the paint had they gone to Vooch. 9-3 as far as Celtics and steals, 7-3 in the blocks for the Bulls. Talked about the activity with Modest Buzelis, Jalen Smith. I think that they did a terrific job as far as blocking the basketball. 28 assists for us today in this one. Shot 40.2%, only 30.6 from 3. The Celtics on the flip side of this, they shot 47.1 from the field and 40.9 from 3. So those were some pretty solid percentages here. And so again, the Chicago Bulls take a tough loss in this one. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We didn't have Zach LaVine in this one, so we were coming in minus one of our better players, but still, we didn't even utilize one of our best players on the season in Vooch, so very disappointing to see that. And once again, the Chicago Bulls I really feel like just beat themselves with the turnovers. And so anyway, let me know in the comments what are your key takeaways from tonight's loss. I want to thank everybody out there for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest as we try to reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers here by the end of the NBA season out there. Wanted to let you know about 66.8% of you that watch are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure that you go ahead and you slam dunk on that subscribe button for us. And so, look, even though this is a tough loss at the end of the day, I think it's good that we actually saw the younger players play, and I think it was good to see that Billy Donovan continued to bring Patrick Williams off of the bench. I'm not saying that that is going to unlock him or anything like that. Obviously, we've seen this before with Patrick Williams where he'll play well and then he doesn't play well. But this was good to see that Billy Donovan is still, it looks like he's more than willing to try some different things. And you have to do that because regardless of what is going to happen at the trade deadline, you need to evaluate what you have. You need to really get a good grasp as to what direction you want to go with your franchise and what players you're going to stick with. The only way you can do that is you have got to play these younger guys. And it's just good to see he's finally playing Modest Buzelis. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Go Bulls. I will see you on the next one. All right. Peace.